Welcome back, everybody. This is taping number 3, third day now. And what we have here, or what's the subject today, is subwoofer sizing. Right? So, this is the box that come in: 8-inch, 10-inch, 12-inch, 15. And the speakers line we're going to talk about today is the Kicker Comp VR. But the Kicker Comp VR is not their top end, not their second, not their third, not the fourth. It's their fifth to the top, second to the bottom line. And the reason I picked the Comp VR line, because it's not the cheapest one. And let me take care of these real quick. The Kicker Comp VR line is not the cheapest line, but it's not the best line. It's an affordable, everyday line. You know, this is for the everyday people that want to listen to great music, want to beat the block, and everything. Alright? Okay, so when we start, we're going to start with the 8-inch. With the 8-inch woofer, this is what you get. It's small, it's powerful, dual voice coil, double stitch surround, rubber. Good quality, gonna last you a while. Right? Next size is the 10-inch. Exact same woofer, a little bit bigger. Right? You compare the two. There you go. 2 inches, right? 1 inch on each side. 8-inch and 10-inch. Right? Next size we got is our 12-inch. Our 12-inch is a very good woofer. It's an everyday size. A lot of people like this woofer because it's an everyday size speaker. 12-inch woofer, Kicker Comp VR. There you go. And like the name of our program, Go Big. We're going to bring you up the 15-inch. This is Kicker biggest woofer they make in a Comp VR line. Right? 15-inch woofer is a very nice woofer. I actually like this woofer a lot myself. I'll play a lot of this woofer versus any of the other three combined in almost every single car I do. And the reason is, a lot of people say, well, why you want such a big woofer? Because it'll play more frequency range than any of the other ones. And what I mean is, this woofer will play in the low teens, but this woofer will play in the high 20s. This woofer will play in the low 20s. This woofer will play around 19, 18, 20 hertz. That's what I'm talking about. Right? Well, what does a lower woofer or lower frequency mean? It'll play a deeper bass, it'll give you more sound, and that's what you're missing. It's like you listen to your headphones, right? You're missing the bass. It makes that rattle sound like bass, but not true bass. Bass is made in the air, it moves, right? So that's what you got a 15-inch woofer. It moves a little bit more air than a 12-inch can. And we're talking about, remember, if you're going to compare, don't compare Kicker Comp VR 15 to Kicker L7 8-inch. It's two different woofers, you know. It's like comparing apples and toilet paper. Not even apples and oranges, it's straight up apples and toilet paper. Two different things, two different rooms in the house, two totally different things. So let's compare, let's keep it a Kicker Comp VR line. You got the 15, the 12, the 10, and the 8, right? And you ask me, well, how do you choose what size subs you go with? I always go with 15 first. That's my first choice, first option. Any customer come in the door, and the price is not an issue, and there is a difference. From a 12 to a 15, there's a $20 difference. If they can afford the extra 20, we'll go with 15. Right? So the $20 will get you a bigger woofer, play a little bit lower. And a lot of people today that went to a club, that went somewhere, there's a party, they heard what 15 sounds like, they like the bass, they like the music. The 15 is what gets your feet tapping, the gas pedal while you're driving down the road. You know what I mean. You're driving, you're getting bored, and the right song comes on, the right music come on, and you start tapping your toes, boy. You're driving like, not like a crazy man, but you're driving like, oh man, life is doing good, and that's what 15 will do for you. 15 will give you a good life because it gives you all the music that you could get from your car, right? So that's 15. And you ask me, well, I listen to rap. My friend listens to country. My wife, she listens to classical. Should I still get 15? If you can fit it, get a 15. It's that simple. If I could put more money in your pocket, would you take it? Do the exact same thing you're doing. You don't change nothing. You don't have to do anything extra. If I gave you more money in your pocket, would you do it? If the answer is yes, then that's why you should go with 15. 15 is just like having more money in the bank. Why? When you need it, you want it there. You don't have too little money in the bank. When you need it, it's not there. We've been there, the economy's fucked up. That's how it is. So with an 8-inch, it's like having just enough money in the bank. At 10-inch, got could buy you a candy bar extra. A 12-inch will buy extra meal. A 15-inch will always do whatever you need it to do. That's the reason I go 15. And the only time I don't use a 15 is when the speaker size itself don't fit. Not the box. The speaker won't fit. Like if you brought to me a Toyota Tundra, say I need to put some 15s under your seat, I'm like, unless you let me cut the body, I cannot fit this under your seat. We have to go with a 12 or a 10. Right? Well, I have a Porsche Cayenne, or I have a Porsche Boxer. Now I'm gonna put right behind the two seats. We have to do an 8. If you let me put one under the passenger glove box, we could do a 10 or a 12. Dodge Viper, same thing. I did 12s and Dodge Vipers all day long. Under the passenger, or actually with the passenger under the glove box. We could fit a 12 in there, gave you great bass, and people don't even know it's there sometimes. Right? So, unless you can't fit 15, you go with a 12. You can't go to 12, then you step down to 10, you step down to 8. You know, you tell me, you know, it's impossible to do something, I'll break the envelope. I had a customer come in with a Honda Del Sol. Y'all know what it is. 2-seater, 2-car, target top. Tiny car. They said, man, I want the most sound I can get. I said, let's do 415s behind the seat. He thought I was crazy. I built the box. I cranked it up. That guy was so happy. He never believed he could fit 415s behind the seat. Toyota MR2, same thing. Put a 12-inch under the passenger kick panel. It barely fits, but it fit under the passenger kick panel, under the glove box. 12-inch woofer. If you let me cut metal, we could fit 15 there. Now, there's a gentleman a long time ago, I forgot his name, he needs to put 15s in the kick panel of BMWs and whatnots. 15-inch in the kick panel. Imagine this thing next to your gas pedal. That's how big this is. Right? So, speaker size, 10, 12, 8, 15, doesn't matter what it is, the bigger the better. Whatever the physical size you can fit. Alright? The next part of the subject is, well, does the 12 sound better than 15? Yes, but won't play as deep. Interesting, right? Yes. So a lot of customers, a lot of other shop owners, and I listen to them. I used to be a wholesaler. I owned my own shop before, and I used to see people lie to their customers all the time. They say, oh, a 10 will sound better than 12, sound better than 15. Yes, it's true, but not always true. Because it's a 10-inch woofer, it takes less power to push. Especially if the box is not efficient. What I mean efficient is you put 100 watts into the box, you won't get 100 watts out of the box. A lot of times they put in a silk box, they got pushed 300 watts out of it, just get what I can get out of 100 watts out of it. And a different box design. You know? Is ported better, is sealed better? No. It's what's better for your car. And you got to understand is how many times they work with that car, how many times they work with the woofer, and how creative they can get. And if they guarantee the work, and they put it in, it don't sound good, they got to take it out and redo it again. No charge to you. The only charge should be different if there's a difference in material cost. Like, a box for a 10-inch would be a lot smarter than a box for a 12-inch. If we're talking about the same size box. You know? So, material cost difference, that is what it is. But their labor, if they're good enough, they should guarantee money back, they should guarantee. And I built my business on that whole philosophy. If I guarantee you don't like it, I take everything out, I never charge you a penny. And that's the reason I was able to bring so much success in my life, because I'm money back guaranteed. If they don't like it, I can take everything out, they go to another shop and have it done try. Right? So 15-inch, my favorite. You know, that's what we call it, go big, because we like to go big. And if you can't fit 15, then there's a 12. If you can't fit 12, then there's a 10. Worst case scenario, there's the 8-inch woofer. This is still not a bad woofer. If you look at it, you cannot do that to almost any other brand woofer today. Hold it by the surround. You see it, I'm holding it by the surround. I will hold it for 10, 20 hours, or never rip. That's how good the woofer is. Alright? So that's speaker subwoofer size. If you have any questions, you give me a call. My number is 201. My number is 201. So let's write this down. 20156. Go big. Alright? So 20156, go big. That's my phone number. Give me a call. Any question, you can also email me. G, the number 0. Not O, but the number 0. Big at